Chemistry Corner. Today we will see lesson 1 for class 9, matter in our surroundings, in that the subtopic evaporation. The process of liquid changing into vapor even below its boiling point is called evaporation. Some particles in a liquid always have kinetic energy than the other, more kinetic energy than the other. So even when a liquid is well below its boiling point, some of its particles have enough kinetic energy to break the forces of attraction between the particles and escape from the surface of the liquid in the form of vapors. Thus, the fast moving particles of a liquid are constantly escaping from the liquid to vapor. Factors affecting evaporation. The rate of evaporation will increase with an increase of surface area, an increase of temperature, a decrease in humidity, and increase in wind speed. Temperature. The rate of evaporation increases on increasing temperature of the liquid. When the temperature of the liquid is increased by heating it, more particles of the liquid get enough kinetic energy to go into vapor state. This increases rate of evaporation. Surface area. The rate of evaporation increases on increasing the surface area of the liquid. For example, if the liquid is kept in a test tube and in a china dish, then the liquid kept in the china dish evaporates more rapidly. We spread out the washed cloth while drying to increase their surface area for rapid evaporation of water present in them. Example, drying up of wet cloth, heating of water under stove. Third factor, humidity of air. The amount of water vapor present in the air is called humidity. When the amount of water vapors present in the air is small, it is called dry air. When the amount of water vapors present in the air is large, to appear to be damp. When humidity of the air is low, then the rate of evaporation is high and water evaporates more rapidly. When the humidity of the air is high, then the rate of evaporation is low and the water evaporates very slowly. Next factor is wind speed. The rate of evaporation of a liquid increases with increasing wind speed. When the speed of the wind increases, the particle of water vapors move away with the wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. This increases rate of water evaporation of water. The washed wet clothes dry more quickly on a windy day because evaporation is faster due to high speed on the wind. Here a question comes. How does evaporation causes cooling? Evaporation produces cooling as the particle at the surface of the liquid gain energy from the surroundings and change into vapor, thereby producing a cooling effect. During hot summer season, water is usually kept in an earthen pot to keep it cool. The earthen pot has a large number of extremely small pores in its wall. Some of the water continuously keep sweeping through these pores to the outside of the pot. This water evaporates continuously and it takes the latent heat required for the evaporation from the earthen pot and remaining water. In this way, the remaining water loses heat and gets cooled. So here is a tumbler of ice cold water. You can see there is a water droplets on its outer surface. So why do we see water droplets collected on the outer surface of a glass container containing ice cold water? The water vapors present in air comes in contact with the cold outer surface of the container, thereby condensing it to form water vapor. So water droplets are appeared there. Why do we feel comfortable under a fan when we are sweating? The sweat is readily evaporated from the body by the air from a fan. As a result, we feel comfortable under a fan. Why do we sprinkle water on the ground in summer? In summer, we sprinkle water on the ground to cool the air around us. When water evaporates from the surface, it absorbs heat from the surrounding, which helps lower the temperature. This process is called evaporation and it cools the environment by remaining heat. On a hot sunny day, why do we feel pleasant sitting under a tree? Tree has lot of leaves which constantly show transpiration. Transpiration is loss of water through a small tiny pores of leaves called stomata. When this water comes out on the surface of the leaf, the water evaporates thereby causing cooling effect. Therefore we feel pleasant sitting under the tree on a hot sunny day. Why do the doctors advise to put strip of wet cloth on the forehead of a person having eye fever? If we put the strip of wet cloth on the forehead of a person suffering from eye fever, the water evaporates, taking heat from the body. Thus, moist strip will lower his body temperature. Why does our palm feel cold when we put some acetone or petrol or perfume on it? Acetone, petrol, or perfume evaporate when they come into contact with the air. The evaporation causes cooling sensation in our body. Why we are able to sip hot tea faster from a saucer than from a cup? We are able to sip hot tea faster from a saucer than from a cup. This is because saucer has larger surface area. Due to larger surface area, evaporation of hot tea from a saucer is faster, so it causes cooling effect. Why does a desert cooler cool better on a hot dry day? A desert cooler cools better on a hot and dry day because the higher temperature on the hot day increases the rate of evaporation of water, and dryness of the air also increases the rate of evaporation of water. And due to increased rate of evaporation of water, a desert cooler cools better on a hot and dry day. Thank you, children. Keep watching.